Now, that's the second point. So once again, 3 main points: why complaining won't work, why maximizing office hours works. The last one is how to have efficient meetings. When you have the opportunity to meet with your professors, you have to demonstrate to them your level of professionalism. For that, I offer you a strategy. This strategy I call an issue summary. The issue summary is simply a extended or advanced agenda that you will give to your professor at least a week before you meet. And I'll explain to you why that happens. But the purpose of the issue summary is to inform professors of your topics, the progress you're making on that topic, and questions that you may have ahead of time. What that allows the professor to do is to prepare for you and not spin their wheels while we're meeting trying to think of resources they can get you. They have enough time to know what they're walking into and prepare resources that you may need and can use. This worked wonders for me when I was working with my dissertation chair because we could get down to business while we meet. Now, there are 3 essential features of your issue summary. And if you want, you can contact me and I will share with you an example of the issue summary template that I use. The features are topic, brief, and issue. Now, your topic is the general topic you would like to talk about during that meeting, and it can be more than one. So you, on one end, you have a column for topics and you have the basic topics you want to talk about. In the middle, you have a brief, and the brief is just a quick explanation of your progress on the topic so far. So you have the topic, how you've been progressing on that topic, and then the last one is your issue. Your issue is simply the questions that you may have going forward, or items that you have of concern going forward. So topic, brief, and issue should all be in your issue summary. Now, why do we do this? What's the rationale for it? The rationale is to give professors time to prepare for your meeting. It also showcases your professionalism and seriousness, and it helps you to get taken seriously. When you provide an issue summary of the things you want to discuss, what your progress on those things, and questions you may have, now the professor has an idea of what to do to help you, to get you where you need to be. So that's the reason why we have an issue summary. Now, compounded to that, so the strategy 1 is to develop an issue summary and submit that to your professor at least a week in advance. Now, to solidify your professionalism and your meeting, you need to use your digital calendar. Whether you have an email or your phone, there's a way to solidify a meeting with a digital calendar. So once you and the professor agree that we're going to meet next Tuesday at 2:00, once they verbally commit to that or commit to that via email, immediately send a calendar invite, because you want to sync and solidify this meeting as soon as it's agreed upon. So it's on your calendar, it's on their calendar. You can set a reminder to remind you a half an hour before, 15 minutes before, or 10 minutes before this meeting. And if you can do it, attach an issue summary along with the calendar invite, or at least a week before, send that issue summary to the professor so they are prepared for you. What this is simply an indication of your seriousness. And we tend to help those who are serious in showing that potential rather than help those who are necessarily goofing off or just doing the bare minimum. So you want to think about those things: the issue summary, the digital calendar, and then of course when that meeting comes, show up. That's the third part. You have to show up to this meeting. And by show up, I mean 3 things. 1, be prepared. Have whatever questions you're going to ask formed, and have space for additional questions once you get more information. So you'll have prepared questions, but you'll also be prepared for follow-up questions should that situation arise. The second thing is to be open to new ideas and directions. You may not be told everything you expected to hear at this meeting. You have to reconcile with the rejection of an idea you have. I went into a meeting one time to talk about my dissertation topic, and by the time I walked out of that meeting, I had a whole new topic. Had I been set in stone on my topic, I'd have walked out depressed, soured, and disappointed, and it would have reflected in my work. You have to be open to new ideas and new directions from somebody who may know a little more than you, who's been down this road before, who's been down a road you haven't been yet. You have to be ready for that. The third B, when you show up, is you have to be better. Seek ways to learn how to be better. Ask small improvement questions. Things like, in my writing, I'm having a struggle with this. How can I do better with this? Or particularly if you want to meet with them to talk about some work you've done, how can I have written this better? What does this mean? Things like that. With sincerity and humbleness, seek ways to be better. Learn how professors want their work turned into you. When I work with my dissertation students, I don't want you to submit to me a whole chapter, because that means I got to read a whole chapter. And then when I have corrections, you're going to be mad because I sent it back with some things you got to do over, and you don't want to have to redo a whole chapter. I tell my students, meet with me in chunks. Send me work in chunks. Send me a section. Send me a few paragraphs. Send me what you have. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Don't wait for it to be a whole chapter. Send me what you have, because I'd rather correct it while it's small, than wait for it to be an entire 25, 30-page chapter that you now have to rethink and redo. So think about that as you go throughout doing this work, as you're looking for these things to be better. Now, I'm going to close up here because we're coming upon 30 minutes. Thank you for coming through with the live, and those of you who may watch this later, thank you for your time on this. I do want to walk away with reminding you of the three things that I want you to think about. Play the long game in relationships. Understand the same people you may complain about are going to be people you're going to need for your committee, and you be your dissertation chair and write recommendations if you're looking to go into higher education. You need those long-term, long-game relationships. Don't ruin it because you're mad right now. Second thing, office hours are not for kissing up. Office hours are a way to get top of mind with your professors. It's a way to learn about your professors, and it's a way to let professors know who exactly you are. Should an opportunity come up, now they have it in their mind who I can reach out to and get them involved in a particular topic. And the last thing is let your professionalism show. Use the issue summary. Contact me if you need the issue summary or need some explaining on the issue summary. But use your digital calendar, and of course, show up and be prepared. All of this comes from a course that I have in myadvantage.org, which is called the Academic Professional Survival Guide, How to Master School, Home, and Work. If you enroll in that course, you'll get a full detailed explanation, a 10-part series on how to master and balance work, life, and school. And I give you some of these strategies of how to organize yourself better, how to use your digital calendar, how to have more efficient meetings. We share the templates that we have. We actually go through all aspects of what it takes to be an academic professional. And you can use that immediately. These are skill sets you can put right into place right away. So consider that. If you go to www.myadvantage.org, go to courses, check out online courses, and then check out the Academic Professional Survival Guide, How to Master Work, Home, and School. I think I got that mixed up, but you get the point. With that said, take care, everybody, and I will see you later. See you next week, actually. We'll be on for the 21st. We will not be on the 28th. I'll be celebrating my 50th on the 27th. And we'll be back on the 4th of January to continue on. So with that said, I will see you next week. Hopefully you're there. I would like to see you. And if you need to contact me, once again, you can contact me via Facebook or Instagram, this particular site here. You can just shoot me a DM, or you can check out the webpage, which is www.myadvantage.org. Take care, and I'll see you later.